Alright listener, welcome back into this video. Today video we are going to talk about Google Gemini API. So we are going to build an application using a command line interface. Okay, so by implementing a Google Gemini API, we're going to build an application that looks like a ChatGPT. It's just yes, exactly like ChatGPT, but yet we are yet to put it into a web base. So the application will be running on a command line. We can ask the application, the chatbot, any question. With the API that we are going to implement from Google Gemini, it will enable it to give us a response in accordance to what we actually wanted. So moving straight to the project that we have today, I'm going to open my Visual Studio. Here, if you don't have your API key, visit ai.google.dev. Log in with your Gmail account. If you already have a Google account, log in. If you can see, I've already logged in. So log in with your Google account. Click Get API Key in Google AI Studio. Okay, once you click here, it will take you to where we are going to get our API key. So I'm going to click Get API Key. All right. By clicking Get API Key, I already have an API key here. But if I want to develop or get another API key, I'm going to delete this API key so that you can see how we can get API key. Click this. Click on this one. Say my first project. I already have a directory here, and I say Get API Key. It's generating API key for me right now. Once it's fully generated, I'm going to copy it. Good, I've copied this API key. So going back to my Visual Studio, I'm going to define a variable here which I call API key. All right, I'm going to brighten the screen so that you can see it, then also zoom the application. Then I'm going to paste our API key here. This is the API key that we just got. I'm going to save it. Now remember, I'm saving this API key in a file called .env. All right, I'm saving it into .env file. All right, create a file, call it .env. Now that we have saved this API key here, I'm going to save it. Now I have a file here which I call index.js. Now because we want to make use of that API key, what I'm going to do here, I define some variable here. I say const Google generative AI. We equate it to this. Const dev.env equals to require.env. I equate it to this, and I set up with .env.config. This one will enable you to give us access to use our API. Here we generate a constant variable. I say gen AI, new Google generative AI. We say process.env. Okay, remember there are two libraries I would love us to install before we run this application. You quickly go to your ai.google.dev/tutorial/get-started_node, because I'm using Node.js. So I'm going to click Node.js. If you scroll up here, you will see that you are going to installed npm install Google at Google/generative AI. If you click here, come to your command line here, hit here, and install, because I have already install it. So I'm not going to install it anymore. So I'm going to skip that. Then after that, you can as well install in such a way that it will come with your .env environment. Okay, so it depends on the any style you want to use, but this is the pattern I prefer using. Okay, so once you are done installing that, moving forward, I will come here and define a asynchronous function. I say run as a function. When that's okay, for text only input, use the Google Gemini Pro model. So we are going to use Google Gemini Pro. So we are going to say const model generative AI dot generative model. We'll set a model to Gemini Pro. Okay, so I'm going to use Gemini Pro. All right, so now we have to define a const prompt. Now this const prompt will help us to give a constant variable any question that in turn will give us a response. So I'm now saying const prompt, write a brief story about onyacha, let me find. Okay, I can just come here, say write a brief story about dog. All right, I will save it. Okay, and as a const result, we use await function here. Await function model.generative content, will set it to this prompt. All right, so now say const respond, we set it is equals to await result dot what respond. Are you getting it? So now say okay, const text equals to respond to what text. It should give us respond in a text format. We'll now use a console.log. Using console.log, we'll log this text out for us to see. Then at the end of it all, we now define a function, a run function here, so that what we can be able to what run the what file. So to run the file, I will now say node index.jx. If I hit enter, it might take a little bit of time. Let's just hold on. I'm going to scroll up so that you can see the output of the response. Fine. See, it has generated the story for us. Say in a quaint cottage nested amid blooming roses, a towering oak reside marks a golden retriever with a heart of pure gold. So this is a story he gave us. I can still come here. Okay, I will come here. Let me change the prompt. Let me say, give me a brief story about Delta State University, my university, one of the best university in Nigeria. Okay, Delta University, Abraka. I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to run this command prompt again. First, before I run it, let me clean the old story. CLS. Alright, now let's run this index.js again. Let's see the story is going to give us about Delta State University, Abraka. Good. Now let's start here. It started with giving us it's about Delta State University, Abraka is a public university located in Abraka, Delta State, Nigeria. It was established in 1992 and as a multi-campus institution with its main campus in Abraka. You see, it gives us what? The academic results. We have faculties of art education. All the faculties, he listed as many as he was able to list here. We have university here. We have campuses. We have lecture halls. So everything, most of the things about Delta State University, Abraka, are all listed here. So you see, this Google Gemini API was able to fetch all this data using the what? The API. All right. You can ask the give the prompt any question at all. Just say write about Nigeria. All right. If I save it, okay, I'm going to clean this again. Then run the node.index.js again. Let's see how it looks. All right, good. Now talking about Nigeria, look at it. It's giving us everything about Nigeria. Brief overview of Nigeria, located in West Africa, border Nigeria, Benin, Chad, and Cameroon. Diverse landscape with coastal area, savanna, and everything about Nigeria. Look at it. Demography, population estimate of so and so a million, 222 million as at 2023. Largest country in Africa by population, over 250 ethnic group, including Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Igbo, and other. Politics, he listed it, culture, history, other key points, they are all listed. You see, our API is fetching what? Data effectively. So with this implementation, you can also implement it in your web application. All right. So building a chatbot or a ChatGPT using a Google Gemini API is very, very simple, as simple as ABC. Okay, depending on how you implement it. So look, what you can see, it can be implemented using any language. Almost majority of the language. You can use Python, you can use Golang, you can use Node.js, you can use other framework like Flutterweb, Swift, Android, and so on and so forth. Okay, so right now we are using Node.js. So using Node.js, we're able to use it in this format. All right, moving forward, I want to show us something very quickly before I leave. I want to make it in such a way that this prompt will give us response as fast, very fast. Okay, Remember, we have defined all these variable. So to make it give us a fast response, I define a variable here, call it a what? Remember, I create a new file, call it a fastmodel.js. All right. If you come to your view, your view here, you see that I have verify here, fastmodel.js. The first one we ran was what? index.js. Okay. So I want to create a new file called fastmodel.js. Now, remember, you know how we got all this one. This enables us to what? Fetch the API. But this is the just few code I added to this existing code. As a const, I define a constant variable. I call it what? Read line, and as a require read line. This one is a library package in Node.js. Okay. To access our API key as an environment variable, so we also use what? This one. Okay, this code here, like we did in the former file. If you look at it here, you see. So it's just the same thing. So what I did here is to come here and define a constant variable as well. I call it what? Let me call this variable. I'm going to call it, let's say, let me call it a UI. Okay, which is user interface. All right. And I say UI equals to readline dot create interface. Now, create interface will give us a good outlook in such a way that it will be different from what we saw in the first file we ran in our algorithm. Now, doing that, I will now define a list of variable here. I say input, pass it to what? Process dot what? Stand in. Okay, in Node.js, process stand in. Is a property that returns a stream connected to what? To the std what? In. Okay, this function is it will give us a good outlook, okay, more than what we did before. So for the output again, I use process dot what? Stand out as well. Okay, stand in, stand out. So for here now, I'll now say okay, UI, which is our variable, that I now say prompt. Okay, by using this prompt, instead of writing the questions here like we did before, remember what we did here is to come and now say write a brief story about Nigeria. Okay, this time around we are going to what? There will be a prompt. It will prompt out a message at the command line here, where we'll now type whatever we want to what? Quest for, and our AI will be able to what? Give us that response. I'm going to say here UI, saving this code. We are good to go. I'm going to come here now. I'm going to clear this data, our history, and I say fastmodel.js. Run this code. Node fastmodel.js. Let's see what it's going to give us. Now you see it's popping up a notification here. Okay, because we have not given it any response here. And I say okay, tell me about Joshua Ifeanyi Onyacholem. Alright, hit enter. Let's wait. Okay, it's generating information about Joshua Ifeanyi Onyacholem. Okay, Joshua Ifeanyi Onyacholem, personal life, born on so and so in so and so state in Nigeria. Look at it, so and so. So it's giving us information about it. All right, now I'm going to do another one here. I'm going to clear this so that we can see. So tell me about Gemini. All right, hold on, it's going to load and give us information about Gemini. Okay, what is it telling us here? The term is not recognized. Okay, let me just see what happened here. Okay, sorry, I'm supposed to say node. Okay, supposed to say node. Run this first. All right, and that's okay. And now let me just say hi. I will just say hi to what? Google Gemini. You say hello dear, how can I assist you? Okay, I need you to tell me about yourself. I want to know about you, Google Gemini. Okay, it's generating response now. Look at what it has generated. I say I need you to tell me about yourself. I say I'm a large language model trained by Google. I am designed to provide information and answer questions that best of my ability. Okay, I do not have personal experience, thoughts, or feeling, as I am not a sentient being. Okay, all right. See, it listed everything about what itself. All right. I say okay. I say I'm curiously learning and improving. I am committed to providing user with most accurate and helpful what information possible. Okay. I say nice. I will not respond. I say nice. Thanks. Okay. Let's see what it will tell us back. Nice. Thanks. Now that I say nice. Thanks. Let's see the information it will give us. Hold on. You say you are welcome. Is there anything else I can help you to do today? No, for now. I really appreciate you. Alright. You now say, is there anything I can help you to do? I say no. Okay. Now that I say no, you now say okay. And I say see you, goodbye. You see the way we are chatting with the Google Gemini API now. Okay. Wow. You see. So this is how far we can go into this lecture. But if you have any question, feel free to comment on the comment section. Feel free to like the video, share, and don't forget to drop your your suggestion, idea with respect to this using a Node.js with a Google Gemini API to build a chatbot that look like ChatGPT. As time we can decide to implement it on a web application. As you can see, it's just a few lines of code. The implementation matters a lot. All right. So this is how far we can go. I remain your friend. Remain blessed. Goodbye.